It's your boy Tha Monstar with another episode, Monstars Mentality. You ain't even go be a special guest at this point. You really go just slide through and we go really drop these jewels on your head and really just talk our talk and really get content to the world.
I'm trying to ride that monster wave. Pause.
You feel me? So yeah, we really gonna talk about a little bit of everything and really see what you got on your mind today. How you feeling?
Man, I'm blessed, man. Good to see you. Happy New Year. You know what I'm saying?
Happy New Year as well.
I'm thankful, man. Thankful.
For sure. New Year, man. I brought New Year in Cleveland, Ohio. Snowed in, literally a blizzard outside. I think you stayed in the house too, right?
I did, man. Usually, for the past several years, like I've been to went to Tampa last year, Charleston the year before. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm usually like never in the city, but I happen to be in the city this time. What you call it, Mother Nature wasn't having it. You know what I mean?
Man, I could tell you this might be my last time for the New Year. I ain't going in the city. I think my game plan gonna be like Christmas or Thanksgiving, and from there I gotta be out the snow, or yeah, New Year I gotta be somewhere out the snow, man. Somewhere out the snow. Even though everything about New Year makes you think about like New York and like cold and the snow and like kind of, so it feels like I should be kind of in the snow or somewhere kind of like with that vibe, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I was about to say, because I definitely disagree with it being about New York. Like, I mean, I guess the only positive is all those people in there. You know what I mean? Like, you get a little bit of body heat, probably.
When you think when you think about New Year's, what do you think about then? Like even like New Year's in America, like fireworks and like lights.
Um, I think that it's more of a thing where traditionally, like, people feel like it's a reset button, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just like the computers. You know what I'm saying? You got to update your hard drive, and I think that's an opportunity where people feel like they want to leave the quote unquote old year behind, out with the old and in with the new. But the thing is, if you haven't prepared yourself mentally, you know what I'm saying, well before January 1st, you got to already be working out. You got to already be changing your diet. It don't just start on that day, because you should always seek improvement and updating that, you know what I'm saying, software every chance that you get. Your phone don't wait till New Year's to update. So why are you going to wait to update? You know what I mean?
As a human, man, we go to sleep. Your body got to sleep. We're supposed to sleep daily. You should update yourself daily on trying to be a better you. Or at least I feel. That's my goal day to day. I still stick by the 1% rule. If you try to make yourself 1% better every day, the way that compound is incredible. It's just about getting 1% better a day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and you go be unstoppable at that point.
For sure. and that's from a biology and anatomy, you know what I'm saying, point of view. From a spiritual point of view, I think that any opportunity that God allow you to wake up, He give you an opportunity to be better than you was the day before.
Facts.
Even if, like you said, it's 1%, very incremental. Even if it's not noticeable to anybody but yourself and God. You know what I'm saying? And that's obviously moving with intentions. And I think, going back to the original question of it being about New Year's, I think that people's mindsets, so their mindsets create their habits, which you know what I'm saying, which is geared by their intentions. So people want to be more intentional about what they eat. They want to be more intentional about how they look, you know what I'm saying, physique and physical wise. They want to be more intentional on how they handle their finances. They may want to go on more trips. But the thing is, if you keep doing the same thing, there's no way you're going to get any kind of different results. You know what I mean? If you look at something the same way, it will never change. And the calendar and the year changing shouldn't make you want to change. You should look at yourself every day and be like, there's always room for improvement.
100%. Yeah, I low key agree. With New Year's, everything's a little more slowed down, and it does give a time for people to reflect and a lot. Regardless, even if they got the habits already locked in, it's a time to reflect. Things slow down, and some people pat themselves on the back and really do celebrate. 'Cause they know they're working hard.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times it's turning points on like what do I need to do, and to be better and stuff. But yeah, I guess that's what I think about New Year's. Kind of like family. Family is the first thing that comes to my head. But that's where it's like the whole thing. My family love the cold, or my family mostly in the cold. So me, but that's what the Christmas for. Yeah, New Year's I got to get out of here. Christmas, the holiday time makes me think about family, not New Year's.
Right.
You
And
know, not New
see
Year's.
the thing is like, you know, Isaac Newton law of energy. You know, it can be created nor destroyed. So again, if you can't expect your energy to take this dramatic shift from one extreme to the next. If you don't even stretch, there's no way you can even begin working out. Especially once you hit a certain age. I don't really care who you is. Like all the wear and tear that you put on your body in your earlier years, it eventually, you know what I'm saying, catch up. You don't heal as quick. So it's certain precautions and things that you have to do before you even get to that. And again, it has to be a mindset. Like I don't make New Year's resolution because I just try to be the best that I can be every day and whatever that look like. I'm the same person, you know what I'm saying, as far as my heart and the way that I feel and think about the world on January 31st, I'd be the same on January 1st. The only difference, you know what I'm saying, change is what the world may think. But me, you know what I mean? Like, if you consistently consistent, and that's just that loving yourself first, it becomes a whole lot easier to love everybody else.
On everything. And see me, I'm kind of like I play life kind of like chess and try to the best of my abilities to be so many moves ahead. Even though of course things pop up and a person playing back to you sometimes make some good moves trying to stop you. But I'm like 3 months ahead, so I do set new like goals that I want to do for the new year. But I do that right after Halloween, and by the time New Year come, I'm thinking about March. All my plans right now is in March,
Okay.
so I already know. So I do kind of like have a New Year turning point and goals, and that's where I reset them for. But like, yeah, it's not at New Year time. I'm already past New Year when New Year get there.
For sure. Right. We definitely got to really understand this, that going back into energy can't be created or destroyed, that time is a continuum. You know what I mean? Time never stopped, right? So, with that being said, I asked you this question because you said you goal oriented, you plan ahead, you know what I'm saying, 3 months out. If you can get $1 billion right now in this moment, and but you can only live for the next 25 years, would you take that? Or you can go back to the day you was born and live your life all over again the same exact way without any further knowledge, without any further advance or
Dang, live it
opportunity.
again and be sitting right here again. So really, just rewind. We sitting back in this podcast like do 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 do.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish I could change some things but
Can't
ultimately
change
nothing.
nothing. Can't change nothing. You take the, let's say 5 billion. Take the 5 billion.
But 5 billion for 25 years. That was the other thing.
And or go back to the day you was born.
Yeah, bro. I'm only 32, like 50, like and life wasn't that bad. Like I've been lit long time. Life was not life wasn't that bad. I relive life.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, right? Like I appreciate that answer because I definitely would. I would go back. You know, I would go back 42 years. I go back to the day that I was born. I go back to the to being able to hug and love our grandmother. You know what I'm saying? I go back to being a kid on in 30th projects. You know what I'm saying? and playing hide and seek.
Walking through, stealing a rock from. I remember the first year because he'll dribble all the way up to grandma's house and crossing. Never could get it years.
Right.
But it was just 1 year, 1 month, and I'm taking it every day. Like it's just one day hit where it's like, yeah,
right.
You can't do nothing with my reflexes way too fast for you.
And that's what I'm saying. Like going back to a time where things appear to be, you know what I'm saying, more pure, right? Like our grandmother was the free lunch lady, so you knew like we was gonna have like some extra, you know what I'm saying, some extra chocolate milk and some extra cookies, you know what I'm saying, from the center over there at Valley View Estates on West 7th. You know what I mean? Like I say, I cherish those memories, especially during my adolescent time, spending a lot of time at the bathhouse on 30th. You know what I'm saying? Me, Sean, Twan, R.I.P. Louie, you know what I'm saying? Who else? Bud, you know what I'm saying? Reek, you know, all Smurf, man. Shout out to Smurf, you know what I'm saying? Just the camaraderie that we had, man. Like, and people used to, you know, they forewarn you, and you don't understand that when you're a kid, when they be like, out of this many of y'all will end up in prison, or this many of y'all will end up dead, and you like, there's no way, because we just innocent kids. But the more you live life, the more you experience those kind of losses, man. And that's the one thing about life. You gonna take losses. So you can have $5 billion, but you're gonna take losses, and you only got 25 years to enjoy it. Or you can go back to when everything seemed to be a little bit more simple, and all the people that you lost, you get to run it back with them. You know what I mean? And going back to your point, hell of a life, man. No kind of real trauma, no kind of real, you know what I'm saying, this, no that, nothing out of the ordinary for what was going on for any black family in Midwest America. You feel what I'm saying? Projects, you know, teenage mom, whatever the case may be. But I'm thankful, you know what I'm saying, because I might have not had my biological father, I had a dad. You know what I'm saying? And shit, just even going back to the conversation that he and I used to have to the conversation that he and I have today, I'm just so thankful. He could have been a bitch ass nigga, you know what I'm saying? He could have been beating up on my mama, and he could have been beating up on me. So when my little brother was born, I would have been beating up on him. You feel what I'm saying? Because that would have been normalized. But the fact that, you know what I'm saying, my toughest days was maybe not having some heat and something to eat. And that was far few in between, because we had so much love around us. Nobody even know we was going through it, because it only took one phone call, whether it been our grandmother, baby girl, Ludella McCruel, rest in peace, or my grandmother, you know what I'm saying, Della Carpenter, rest in peace, Grandma Della as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, but, you know, they held it down, you know what I'm saying, when we couldn't hold it up. You know, so with that being said, you know what I mean, like, how I think about life now, I think about it like you just try to enjoy the time that you do have, and don't take it for granted, man, because it's a lot of people that can't hug their moms right now. It's a lot of people that can't hug their dads. There's a lot of people that can't even hug some of their children. So every day above ground is a blessing, and no price tag would ever be worth that to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me the time. So the question ain't really about money. I mean, the question ain't really about the $1 billion. It's really like, would you sacrifice time for money? And just think about it and be beyond a surface level and get underneath of it. Like, damn, I need to start calling and texting my mother every day. If you don't talk to her,
you gotta realize, even in the colonized system, they already sacrificing time and money. So it's easy for some people to make that decision because they already doing it. At the end of the day, we are giving you even your labor. You are selling your labor, your time for your money, and that is the same thing to an aspect. Sacrificing $25 an hour to go for 8 hours, where that's real life time.
No, without a doubt, that's a system within a system. But the thing,
but I will say that's way better than sacrificing your time and at least getting something for it than being like, oh no, and then sit on the couch or doing something that's less valuable. You sacrifice, you make sure you're getting the most value for your time on any given moment. But I just had to say that.
Yeah, again, that type of mindset definitely work in a colonial type of, you know what I'm saying, space, or to a colonial type of existence, which we do live in, right? But you have to see and look beyond our culture, which we really don't have one, in my opinion, and just look at other people's cultures. Family come first.
Facts. But
Like,
then,
no, let's just stay with it. When we was talking about like single parent households, and Cleveland being ranked number one in the country in single parent households, family, family, families build cultures. And when you build a tradition, and traditions is kind of like one and the same. Nothing or no one is bigger than the tradition or the culture. That's how it's sustained. So you just, it's the idea of money. But if all hands is on deck, you wouldn't worship it as much, because you wouldn't be feeling like you need to lift such a heavy load. And that's the problem. Yeah, you have to go out there to be able to provide and bring back food. But it was a time where we was hunters and gatherers, and we got it how we live. And we're going to continue to get it how we live. No matter what the colonized things say, we always seem to, you know what I'm saying, be okay and make a way.
yeah, I think as Americans, we didn't figure that really out. That's why even talking about on a larger scale, like I'm so pro America, because we done been through so much change. Even the 10 years of the Democrats and the Republicans and how they running it, the technology that got introduced all within like a 40, 50 years. And a lot of this technology and stuff got tested and here in America first. A lot of drugs, vaccines, New York, places like that. America gets kind of the most change and the most stuff, and we kind of the test subjects, but get the most advantage, and why so of things, and why so many millionaires that for people who figure it out and tap in, got so many tools to be able to build empires here as well. But like we go through a lot, we have to adapt.
Yeah.
Nobody adapt more than Americans.
Yeah, but I mean, you talk about like empires, like shit, empires burn, man.
True.
You know what I mean?
Like anything burn.
Yeah,
We
but
on a fiery rock through the sky.
100%.
We on a fiery rock through the sky.
100%. But again, shit is all about perspective. If you look at something in a certain way, it's just gonna be that way, because that's how you're looking at it.
Yeah.
But so a lot of times, right, when we talk about trying to uplift us, and we talk about what that takes and what it looks like, it's not a collaborative thing. It's an individual thing. Like Michael Jackson said, it start with the motherfucker in the mirror. If you hold yourself accountable, you know what I'm saying, you once you know better, you do better, right? So with that being said, certain things don't apply if you don't try to apply yourself to it. I have no desire to build an empire. I just have a desire to be a good man. And whatever the world rewards me from that, then I'm okay with that. Because again, going back to a time when it was much simpler. A lot of people ain't know, like our grandmother lived in the projects, probably ain't pay a whole lot for rent or whatever the case may be. She was on a fixed income, but that didn't mean that she ain't try to serve her community with Miss Annie, with Miss Debbie. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to get back to that times where shit is bigger than us. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, it comes from most of us coming from these broken homes where we ain't establishing no kind of continuity and tradition, because it's too many different angles, too many different belief systems that keep us divided, and no one wants to just buy completely in. Case in point, people may say, or not people, but you often hear people talk about how impactful Miss Ruby was, how strong of a lady Miss Ruby was, how strong of a lady Ludella McCruel was, Miss Mays, Miss Sheffield, and so on and so forth. Big Mama, they say when Big Mama died, everything dies with her. And this is what women say out of their mouths, right? But not really understanding the power and the dynamic of how important it is to have a man present, right? Because our grandmothers was raised in a house with our great grandfathers. It's a fact. Most, at least 90% of black people, grandparents would lived in the house with the great grandparents because things were segregated back then. You had to live with your family. That's why they were so strong. Our grandmothers was raised by their fathers, so they're a little bit more patient with men. They had their attitudes for sure, but the one thing I've never seen my grandmother do, especially in her golden years, was disrespect our grandfather Benny. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really see her cuss or this, that, and the third. She handled herself like a woman. You know what I mean? That's because she had a father. But today we're so divided, and it just start with male and female. You ain't even gotta go light, dark, old, young, fat, skinny, rich, poor. Just a man and a woman. We simply struggle to coexist. That's why shit is all chaotic and fucked up. So until we even address that, we just gonna be fillers in the world of whatever else is going on as far as the colonization. So motherfuckers wanna get their hair dyed, or they want to be the first Negro on their block. You know what I mean? Like, that mean more than building something substantial over to ourselves. Case in point, imagine us having resources to create a education system or a program similar to that of the one you went to at St. Ed's. We have Ginn Academy. Look at how they thriving. All boys, all men. Right? That's men taking on a leadership role. So at the very least, they gonna be more sympathetic and empathetic to things because they being structured and built that way. That's building a system within itself. Even though everything else is going around, they make them boys wear blazers, all the same color, etc., etc. It's uniform, and that's how we have to be collectively. Uniform. Just like Ginn Academy.
Oh, that reminded me of when I was just searching on Amazon and I seen with the Saudi Arabia and like the different people that came into the country, and like it was the one person who had a network for like crazy amount, like one of the biggest, like it was the Prince whatever, but they all come in wearing the same outfit. You don't know who is who.
Can't tell who is who.
And I love that. I loved it. I loved it so much. It made me go on fucking Amazon. I was like, man, I want to get to a point you gonna think I'm crazy and ain't no like it ain't no Muslim stuff or nothing like that. But I love the whole look of going in somewhere and everybody going like in the same. You don't know who the rich person is at all.
So
you know what I'm saying? Like I love that you don't know who. Like,
so
you know what I'm saying?
It's funny you say that, right? Like a few years back, 2017, me and like three of my partners went down to Vegas to visit some of our partners that was already living down there. So it was some of my other partners' first time being there. So I'm like, let's have a night where we all get dressed up, either wearing all black or all white. And I'm like, we look uniform. And I'm like, if we walking in a group like that, somebody gonna say, who the fuck is those niggas? You know what I'm saying? And the reason why that was important, because like you said, nobody couldn't tell who the person that had a decent job, who the person that was this, who the person that was that. We all looked at equal because we all was in uniform. And that's what the country preaches at surface level. But we know that each state is its own sovereign. They make up their own rules, taxes and everything is different, but we all under the United States of America umbrella. When we go to war, the uniform is the same. So with that being said, the same shit that we've been asking for, since the beginning of the times, we asking for now. If the uniform is the same to represent and fight for this country, whether you in law enforcement or whether you in the military or whether you're a firefighter or a doctor or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Like we just asking to have the same type of life, you know what I'm saying? That like the life, liberty, and the fucking pursuit of happiness like everybody else. You dig what I'm saying? Like we apart, like we put on a uniform, give us, you know what I'm saying? Let us get in this motherfucker, man, and not have to shuck and jive and sell out. Well, let us walk in there as ourselves and see how much better this motherfucker will run.
And I got a question, man. You know how like it was always like the the American dream, which at first I thought was just a saying, but then that was painted for me. Now, like, what do you think the American dream look like now? Like, what is the American dream, or do the American dream still exist?
You you better get yours, cause I'm gonna get mine, motherfucker. It's every man for theyself. You know what I'm saying? It's every man in theyself. But again, that's where the oxymoron lie. I used to watch this show called The Mayans. It was a Mexican biker show, and when the one main character ended up taking over as the president of the club, he had said, you know what I'm saying? It's every man for theyself, but it's the Mayans before everything. Meaning you gotta earn your own keep, but you gotta make sure that you understand that this shit comes first. At any time we can claim eminent domain. You know what I mean? And that's America. You dig what I'm saying? Look at what they doing with Puffy. Look at what they did with Weinstein. Anybody. That's eminent domain, meaning we need this fucking space that you occupying right now. we don't, you dig what I'm, that's America.
Yeah, that's
fair. They build your ass up and
tear you down.
They tear you down.
So China, it's a lot of other countries that got a lot of wealth and do it. Like China big on like not letting even companies get too big. Here, America for the most part, if a company is thriving, unless they're just doing something crazy, they gonna let that company get as big as it's gonna get. China won't allow that at all.
I respect China, right? I was watching a video on YouTube earlier with my mom, and it was this little girl practicing gymnastics in China, and she was just doing best. She looked like she probably about 5 or 6 years old. I got a couple 5-year-old nieces. This little girl doing flips, boom, and then next thing you know, she came up and did some, you know what I'm saying, some shit, and next thing you know, this little girl started flipping frontwards on her neck, man. Oh, she was flipping frontwards
that
on
Tyson neck.
She was doing front flips. She did about 4 or 5 front flips on her neck. And I'm saying that to say this, like, look at how they preparing them. If you mean to tell me I can sign my niece, my daughter, my little cousin, or anybody up for something training like that, and just to minimize, you know what I'm saying, our capitalistic mindset, I'd rather have a lifestyle like that, because at least they being active. We're watching them basically exercise. You dig what I'm saying? They don't, and they watch us. Bitch, these shake. Hey, that's what they watch. We give them the ignorant bullshit.
Because we control the media to the ignorant bullshit of that. But then when you talk about even gymnastics, we still whooping their butts in gymnastics in different aspects.
Be that as it may, right? Again, I'm not a statistical dude, but I just follow the algorithm. So I also like watching, shout out to Nick Irvin, the Grim Reaper, man. Like, dude was really like that, right? Cat that served in the Rangers. And he was talking about, this was like a year ago, they asked him, like, you know, when the tariffs and everything was going on, China was like, shit, y'all want to have a war on terror? Let's do it. Y'all want to have a war on trade? Let's do it. Y'all didn't want to put them gloves and them guns up? We can do that too. And he was like, they have people that join that military that strictly join it because they want to serve and protect their company, their country, and their way of life. He said when he first joined, you know what I'm saying, they asked him, like, he's 3 of them, why do you want to join the Rangers? He like, you know, I just want to serve my country. And then he said, the guy was like, no, be honest. The sergeant was like, tell us why you really want. He like, shit, I want to kill people. And he like, today people don't have that mindset. They want to go see the world for free and get paid. It's a paycheck for them. And he like, 70% of our military men and women is obese. They not even ready for any kind of combat. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like,
good way. It's a good wave. It's a good. The ones they would sit in. That's why we kind of so strategic. We got the hot level. Even the whole mid range is ready for whoop ass. But it's a lot. The whole bottom half is just sitting around places, and yeah, they not even as. But it would take a minute for them to even get utilized. 100%. And if by the time they get utilized, they know it's real, and they'd be, I'm sure, you know what I'm saying, getting prepared.
But going back into it, they got people like that fucking little girl that's ready for war. Like, if nothing else, endurance. Even if you gotta run, mom, you know what I'm saying? Even if you just gotta run, if that's your way of preserving your life, you had to run. Most people, I bet it probably ain't more than 5 people in our family that can run a fucking mile without stopping. That right there, you're not even a threat. It's easy to eliminate that. And so when you going against a powerhouse like that, especially with all those people, they got a lot of different people that can press buttons. And when it come down to it, even if the button presser get whacked, they still got infinite, you know what I'm saying, button pressers.
But you don't think they're army people? Because I don't. One, if the war got to us, like say China or somebody got to us, which I think would be the worst idea. We the most heavily armed population walking Earth.
100%.
On top of the military being able to come in and the police force, but the civilians. On top of that, where would y'all be able to even like build ground at? Like it wouldn't even make sense.
Well. Very. I think that it's not hard for them.
No, I think it could be cool. Yeah.
No, let me tell you why. Because they can knock off our power grid. Just here in Ohio, I ride past it often, at least every other week. A nuclear power plant. You know what I'm saying? Like, you shut the power down, the power grid, you shut communication down. And again, the average American citizen may have a gun, but he's not weapon trained or combat ready.
The young man, it's a whole.
Listen,
I think.
Listen, killing your own ain't the same as killing strategically.
True, but I think we adapted. If they was trying to come knock doors or be in the neighborhoods or doing like how certain things is, and we know they the ops, a little different where we got a little fear of the police because we know the police is backed by the government, and to a certain extent, it is in black people being just in us where we got that little fear of the government. We do, but knowing this is a different country, little thing, and it's life or death, I think that would trigger something a little different for a lot of people.
Well, you gotta understand this. We probably. It's the sickest country in the world as well. So a lot of our citizens is sick,
especially in the wintertime, but not too much during the summer.
But when I say sick, I'm talking about heavily relying on medication. That's what I'm saying. Like again, this is for educational purposes only. But when you think about like the FDA, and you just think about when they do things like gentrification, how they create food deserts, how we don't get a whole lot of nutritional, you know what I'm saying, food, etc., etc. Like, they made us enablers, right? Like, we depend on them for everything, damn near for air. You get what I'm saying? And yeah, you can be in fight or flight mode, but that shit is different when you're going up against people that's trained to know how to attack. It might not be like a Pearl Harbor. Listen to what I'm saying. It might not be like a Pearl Harbor. That's too loud. But if the Chinese wanted to lock up Lakewood or something like that, I believe they could silently before it's locked because they already here.
Okay.
They already here.
That would still be stupid because they would just be like. What? And one Lakewood, how they get here? Coming from Canada? Oh, they is trying to get Greenland. That whole area from Canada.
No, the case in point, the point that I'm trying to...
As if they was here.
The point is this as well. If they were to come and just set up shop, they're not going to just wipe people out. They're going to have hostages. In America, is we going to bomb our own people? Especially depending on the hue of who. We saw it. And if they go down in New Orleans, they don't give a fuck. They gonna bomb New Orleans.
Clear that out, guys. I'm sorry.
We're sorry, but you know what I'm saying? Like, motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? You go into one of these upscale neighborhoods in Beverly Hills or something like that, you gonna make people think a little bit more, right? Now you gotta be
messed up.
Now you gotta be a little bit more. But that's how you take some shit down. So when you see movies like Olympia Has Fallen and this, that, and the third. Man, when Obama was in office, they breached their motherfucker a couple times. A motherfucker got in there. When we used to go with Brand New, shout out to Brand New. When we first started going to DC in 2010, we used to be able to stand on the gate. And as you look at the pictures from the years the years going, you seen them build, you know what I'm saying? Like, you seen them put a fence around the gate. Then you seen them build a little station where armed guard stands right there by the gate. You can no longer take pictures at the gate of the White House like you could just in 2010, 16 years ago. You feel what I'm saying? So that's because it was so easy to penetrate and get inside of there. And if you get inside of there and you got the president, you got the vice president, you got the secretary of
we
state.
just kidnapped the president of Venezuela. Like presidents is out here getting kidnapped. It's possible.
That's what I'm saying.
It's possible.
Listen, we know Trump ain't going for it. Big Dick Donnie ain't going for it. You know what I'm saying? He'd rather die. He don't want POW because he talking about John McCain.
There ain't no way he could go let somebody.
Listen, he better not be no POW, Trump, because you talk that shit about John McCain. And if your ass get jammed up, you better go down swinging, man. It's the only thing I know. You know what I'm saying? You better use that 6'3" frame and throw some haymakers. You know what I'm saying? But again, I think it don't have to be forceful. It don't have to be. Yeah. I think if it's
right though.
If it's tactical enough.
And I always, it's so funny because when I was in Atlanta, and when the big influx of immigrants did come through, I personally had felt it. It was a lot of Hispanics that speak no English that did popped up very quickly, and then a lot of my African brothers too. A lot of y'all came through at that time as well. But I was like on the other side, it was just some just random people and little random things. I was like, man, it's some bad people that snuck in here too, and they could be slowly building up an army for sure.
100%.
Like,
dude, even look at what they doing over there in the Bedford Auto Mall area. That shit is owned by like a lot of like German like foreigners. They own the car lots. We
might be trying to.
They own the gas stations.
Not talk about this too much. They be like, oh yeah, they getting in. Yeah, we low key hip to y'all.
No, this is for entertainment. This is for educational entertainment purposes only. You know what I'm saying? This is
us speaking our mind.
Yeah, this is for educational purposes only. You know, nothing that we saying is authenticated or anything like that, right? This is just for educational purposes only because we live in the best country in the world. You know what I'm saying? USA. You know what I'm saying? Salute. Shout out to the troops, but definitely I think that our country just build up too much of a dependency, and then it becomes like enabling. I remember when the TAFs and shit was going on and everybody was mad at the Asians, and there's like, I think this, you know what I'm saying, Asian, this Chinese man say, you know, y'all can be mad at us, or, you know what I'm saying, we understand, but, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, did we benefit from y'all? Of course we did, but, you know, y'all also benefited from cheap labor, you know what I'm saying, and what our country did, we used it to empower our country, to build the people up. Y'all country used it to get bigger yachts and bigger houses and bigger bank accounts, because that's essentially what they did. Same thing, no different than the foreclosure crisis in, you know what I'm saying, in the 2000s, where these motherfuckers was doing a predatory lending. You dig what I'm saying? And they was making money on top of money.
All it takes is one hit for, unfortunately, like I said, we still at that yeah, like at that you don't know where. We could take a major hit as economy and still hit the same type of crash. Like I said, there's only so many major companies keeping the economy afloat. Amazon's still a major one in many cities. Because we so sick, healthcare is booming. Cleveland Clinic and different things like that. Cleveland Clinic is making moves across the world. Like they even partnered with Elon Musk and got one of the with Neuralink, and then they partnered with IBM and got the quantum computer here in Cleveland. Cleveland Clinic got it behind like this bulletproof glass type joint. You could see the quantum computer for like a display type thing.
Yeah, but again,
they got so much moves and money. Like,
but again, this is for educational purposes only. I think that the country has shown that it really has no problem with sacrificing its citizens. You know what I mean? Like that's just at the end of the day, like we're going back into the whole ideology of time. But when you hear people say health equals wealth,
except they fighters, we don't sacrifice our fighters so much.
Listen to what I'm about to say. Health equal wealth, literally. Poor health equals wealth.
We
Poor health equals wealth. Because our country is pushing drugs. Like, think about it. They pushing synthetic drugs. Of course they talking about taking over Colombia and all these what's the name. Yeah, they want to minimize people being dependent on these type of drugs. And then again, this is just for educational purposes. Depending on these type of drugs to get people more on synthetic drugs from the shit that they've been putting in our food. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, on one end, it seemed like the land of the free, but we very shackled. Like the average American citizen, you know what I'm saying, lives check to check.
Yeah. So we very caught up into, like, once again, we colonized, and we definitely thinking about our bills. We have to go work. We have to make money. We caught in that system. Remember,
which takes us away from our families.
Yeah, because you gotta remember this circle is like the working and like the system that we in, make money, do stuff. But remember, Earth and the world, it's a whole, like, just our existence is way bigger than what this even, like, that system is, or what we doing, or we trapped in. Like, at one point you can't actually be free. Sit on figure out your mission on the earth sometimes, which is sometimes just love your family, love your neighbor, and give back to the earth as the earth give to you. Sometimes plant. You need to plant more.
You want to know? You want to know how I feel like this country can really, it can really, like, thrive. I think that instead of building, you know what I'm saying, all these fucking super prisons, because there's a couple super prisons that's supposed to open up this year. Some shit they spent 1.5 billion on. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, why are we building prisons when we can be building barracks?
Because the system works. And
no, I understand that. Like,
keep going with the system. Shoot, like, we need to keep this up. That's how I feel.
But you can get so much more out of your citizens and out of your countrymen. Like, if you do shit like, you know what I'm saying? I understood this about Israel ever since I was in the 11th grade, because we had a guy on our team. Shout out to Saudi, man. Saudi, if you still alive somewhere, man, we miss you, man. We had a kid named Saudi on our team that was from Israel. Saudi was like, man, he was dreading going back to Israel because he said, you know, once he go back, he had to serve in the military for 2 years. I think that the United States should make every boy that turned 18, if you don't go directly for college and stay at least a year, you should automatically have to go to the military. And just think about how that would build, you know what I'm saying, the people in the country up. Like, you reduce crime, you reduce prisons. And since they took over Afghanistan, since we want to talk about it, for all the guys that's in jail, this is what I would do. I would have like a blind survey and ask guys, especially the guys that's into like the homosexuality shit. I will send them over to Afghanistan, build up the infrastructure, because Afghanistan men love butt buddies. They got that shit called bacha banzi, right? It's male on males. They only use women to reproduce over in Afghanistan. So send the fucking prisoners over there. They can have y'all can have all the ash that y'all want. You know what I'm saying? And it won't be frowned upon. The women is okay with the guys fucking other guys, and they can be building up infrastructure over there. You can send American businesses over there, colonize that shit.
Not you trying to ship.
Might as well, right? That's killing two birds with one stone. We get rid of the violent motherfucking offenders that's into it, but you put a chip in them motherfuckers, right? So if there's any kind of suspicion of treason, you let that bitch go off.
We can't get you into a position of power. Now you automatically putting chips in people. That's
the
mark of the beast.
They're gonna do that anyway.
They're gonna have to fight to do it. They want to do it. They're gonna have to fight. They gonna have y'all.
So again, you give them the option, right? You give them the option.
Now they got the option that's different.
Yeah, that's why you take a blind survey and ask people, if you could ask the people that's in prison, if you can go to a different, if you want to be granted your freedom and you can go to a different country, would you do it? But you have to do this kind of work. But you can still live as free and go back to your house and everything.
Nature has the power to transform your health and wellness. Introducing Sea Moss Gel, harnessing the ancient wisdom of the ocean.
Man, it's so many it's so many different rabbit holes that you could go down, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, YouTube is very entertaining. If nothing else, if the one thing I watch it for, I don't really watch it for entertainment. I watch it because I'm studying.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
knowledge.
saying? It's research, right? You kind of getting a feel of what's going on in certain particular. You know what I'm saying? Not just domestically. Now you able to kind of see what's going on internationally. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to all of the content creators and the people who bringing us. You know what I'm saying? Into y'all world. I think that's what's been dope. That's the one dope thing I can say about technology that I can appreciate, because now the average everyday person gets the opportunity to display, you know what I'm saying?
Not to display. I said we get the first time in history to documentate our life.
Yeah.
We can really documentate the life.
No,
like
to a degree, right? Because at the end of the day, believe half of what you see and none of what you hear.
But at least you could be seen. We can't see 2,000 years ago.
I get it, but the craziest part about it is, just like, you know what I'm saying, with what it is that's sitting behind us right now, we can easily make this shit look like we in Miami right now.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying?
Like, it can all be edited, and even somebody who looking at this 1,000 years from now, nowhere near of this generation of world, who knows how this is altered or image or how it's really seen. But
no different, not to cut you off, but no different than, with all due respect, like the Bible. Just because it was written don't mean that it wasn't rewritten or rephrased, etc., etc. And I think that now with CGI and AI, you can do that with videos, because somebody can make a video that look kind of almost exact with facial recognition, etc., etc., and voice recognition with me and you, and we can be saying and doing some shit that we never did or said.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And that would be a misrepresentation. Again, I apologize, I don't mean to cut you off, but that would be a misrepresentation of what an actual event occurred. That's why I never got into reality TV. It's a difference between reality TV, Real House, or Hip Hop Atlanta, versus actuality TV, First 48. Somebody really died. Ain't shit scripted about that. Somebody really went and knocked on the door and pulled up to a crime scene, and whatever happened really happened. Now that's documentation. You can't alter that.
A reality TV turns into reality life. That turns into their real life.
For sure. But the problem is they always on stage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They always on stage. I don't want to always be on stage. I enjoy going out to eat and nobody coming up to me bothering me. I hate that kind of attention. If I ever got that famous, you know what I'm saying, that'd be the day that I'd be like, I got enough money to not even be around people.
You just stepped into that.
Yeah, but I'm gonna be like a flash in the pan. I'm gonna come and go, because I'm more of a visionary than somebody that want to be out in front of something. Like, I know that I have it, but I'm more of an intimate person. To know me is to know me. Like, I don't want to expose all of me. I want some left for the people who really deserving of that. But every time I speak, though, you're gonna always get my true, authentic self.
But hey, when we pull this off successfully, I ain't gonna lie. Once again, anytime you go out for lunch, it's gonna be they know who you is.
Well, he go the thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm respectfully, and only because God says so. I've always been him. Sometimes people come up to me thinking that I'm somebody that I'm not, or somebody say, "Damn, you look good," or "Man, that's a nice outfit," or it's just a little white kid. You know what I'm saying? When I was in Dallas, he said, "Man, that's a nice beard." I don't think anything spectacular about my beard, but I'm saying all that to say, like, I'm used to people that I don't know coming up to me and having conversation, and I'm not above nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only thing I would say is, if I miss somebody, it's not intentional. Blame it on my head and not my heart. But I'll never think that I'm too big for anybody that means me well, because I mean everybody well.
Yeah, when it first happened to me in my in my life, especially, I had a couple popularity runs, and it took some getting used to somebody coming up knowing you and you didn't know them at all, and especially for it to be a couple times, so it do take some getting used to. But now it's like, yeah, if you recognize me, say what's up. Like I want to say what's up. You feel me? Like y'all,
Yeah.
like I absolutely like. If y'all recognize me, don't hold it to yourself. Say what's up.
And not only
Chop
that,
it
you know
up.
what I'm saying? Like, shit, I expect to be great. And like whatever that means, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I understand why people come up to me because I do walk with a certain type of light. And this is God in me. You feel what I'm saying? Like I give him all of the glory, you know what I'm saying? By making me the strong willed, you know what I'm saying, compassionate, graceful person that I am. You know what I mean? Like like we was talking off camera, like I don't see people, I actually see myself within a person. And the first thing I try to do is try to assess what kind of pain that they may be going through and say, you know what, I want to disarm them to let them know that I'm coming in peace. I'm coming like this and like this as opposed to like this.
See, I'm coming with love, but like, no, I can't say I actually see myself. Or like, it's not many things I actually see myself to. I'm more wrapped around a person. Like, I see the person. I actually, like...
So this is what I mean by that. People that we meet are often our mirrors because they can easily reflect our past, present, or future. So again, everybody experienced the same level of emotion and same level of feeling at one point or another. And it's so many different variables that trigger. But the one thing we know is we know what it's like to feel sad. We know what it's like to experience trauma. We know what it's like to grieve. We know what it's like to be happy. When you dealing with a person, you trying to assess, you know what I'm saying? I want to bring out the happiness in a person. I don't want to trigger anything that's going to make this person feel like they have to be defensive. And then I have to be defensive. And then we having this, you know what I'm saying, this standoff because it can be life or death. Because the thing is, again, I'm trying to disarm a person as opposed to make them keep their guards up. I'm trying to make them just be like, hey, we all in this shit together. You feel me? So, but I got to have that kind of compassion for myself first to be like, damn, I want somebody to look at me that way. I don't want nobody to look at me as a threat. I'd rather somebody look at me as an ally. So I'm coming with that approach, like how I want me to treat me. You dig what I'm saying? 100%. That's why they say treat people the way that you want to be treated. How would I want somebody to handle me if I was upset? How would I want somebody to handle me if I ain't have it? How would I want somebody to handle me if I just lost my job or etc. etc. My girlfriend just broke up with me. Whatever the case may be, how would I want somebody to handle me? And then that's how I, you know what I mean? I just always try to be gentle. That's why they call it a gentle man, because you can be a gentle man. You know what I mean? Like we all warriors. It ain't the, and my favorite quote from the movie called Lawless. Tom Hardy said, it ain't the violence in the man that separates him, it's the distance that he willing to go. So I'm willing to go to show you that I can be better to you than you would to me. Favorite Bible quote, love each other with brotherly affection, outdo each other with showing honor. So the only time it's a competition is me trying to treat you better than you treat me. You open the door for me, I'm going to say thank you, brother. Next time I see you, drink on me. Because that's what kind of love I want to reciprocate. And that's what I want to project. Going back into the Kendrick Lamar, the reincarnated, he said, you know, when he was talking in the third verse, he said every individual is a version of ourselves. And you got to look at people like that. That's me when I was mad. That's me when I didn't have no money. That's me when...
And not even that, we all connected as people, though. We are connected, 100%. Man, regardless of how we feel. And I'm connected as people as all race. On Earth, you can only create with something similar to you. We come from something similar, and we know that.
For sure.
Like so it's like I just, like I said, I look at people as a person. I need to be nice to this person. I don't know what this person is going through. But like it's still the same thing. Just like once again, just loving and caring for ourselves and that next person.
And understanding this too. You know, like nobody is perfect. You know what I'm saying? Nobody. And people have bad days. Like again, you can't really control, you know what I'm saying, the actions of others. You can only control your reaction. But also understand this too. Because we're not perfect, you know what I mean? This doesn't have anything with race. It's a person to person thing. If a person feels a threat, you got to understand that no matter how loving I am, I'm going to do anything that I can to try to neutralize the threat. Even if it means, you know what I'm saying, us having to to go to war in some shape or form or fashion. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking at any situation as imminent because I don't know what somebody been through. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be the straw that break the camel's back with a negative interaction with somebody. But understand this, going back to the transference of power, you know what I'm saying? A continuum. If you coming with that bullshit, and the only way for me to make it out safe is to take it bullshit with you, I'm also willing to go there as well. I would rather not. I would rather give perspective a chance and just have, you know what I'm saying, a healthy dialogue and agree to disagree. Because there's so much space in this world that we don't have to occupy it at the same time if it's going to be negative.
Yeah, on everything, I feel you. Me, I'm going on whatever the best route that makes sense in that moment in time. So me, I always chase peace, but immediately if I feel any type of threat or any threat, I know how just that hesitation for a second. So if I feel like it's going that down, I might be I might be the first one to actually take it there.
Yes, sir.
Just because I might. Like, cause I'm actually very calm, very logical, and it takes a lot to actually get there. But then I know when it's a life or death situation. I know when this is a critical situation immediately. It's like a trigger. And like in the craziest situations in my life, everybody panicking and saying, I kind of like never kind of like get too like panicky.
Yeah,
and I can read, I can analyze what needs to go, what happened. Like, yeah, I don't really get too crazy high or low.
Because the thing is, whatever happened is really happening, right? Mm-hmm. Like you panicking, it ain't going to change it. It's not going to change it. Like, you better figure out a fucking way to counter whatever, you know what I'm saying, the offense and attack is coming at you. Your assignment at that point is, how do I make it out effective and efficiently? You know what I'm saying? With less movement and motion. Because less is more. You know what I'm saying? Less is more. If I can get away from this shit without nothing happening, that's the best way. You know what I'm saying? Like the art of war. You know what I'm saying? Like, winning a war without actually ever having to fight. That's the best bet. That's the best way to go about it. You know what I'm saying? Because war is ugly for everybody. And I said war, and before I go into what I really want to say, I want to preference my statement by saying this is for educational purposes only. This is not a reflection of how I feel, just an observation. But eventually, I feel like people are going to get tired of being tired. You know what I mean? And they're going to realize that strength is in numbers. And regardless of what's going on, like in every country, the citizens outnumber the government. And I don't want to see that happen. But I think that if our government don't start making things a little bit more like stabilizing like its people, they can have a real problem on their hand.
If they mismanage it, they'll definitely have a problem. I be paying attention on how even they feel on what's going on, how they control the interest rates, and how they about to relieve a little economic pressure. They know that. I can say this. I think that personally, it's been times where anxiety been the highest, depression was the highest, where America, everybody just felt that this burden over them, where I think it's lifted up a lot on the per se of that. So I don't think we at that moment right now.
I completely disagree with that.
Disagree?
Because the one thing for anybody that's really paying attention, you like it's what you've been talking about this whole time. Like, one thing that, you know what I'm saying, you and my dude Neff, shout out to Neff, y'all real big in y'all belief on technology. And we're seeing that they're just like the industrial boom, right? During the Great Migration, everybody came from the South to the Midwest up north to work at Ford, MGM, steel mills here in Cleveland, you know what I'm saying, so on and so forth. And what ended up happening to all those plants, they ended up shutting down once they built the machines that did the work and ran nonstop.
That's what's about to happen with Amazon.
Oh yeah,
we got shit to figure out.
So, and again, where is that going to put the American people? That's the system. No, not just the American people. Where's that going to put a person when it's like I'm being replaced by a fucking robot.
So the worker, the worker is gonna be pushed around. I think new warehouses, it's a plan at least for new warehouses and new opportunities to come on building some other things. But that's when you as a worker have to put yourself in a management position or an ownership position with a plan eventually. Because any working position, that's just you being mindful of where you at in life and like thing. But that's gonna change.
But
it's gonna move to another company.
Everybody can't be a chief, right? Some people was put here on this earth for an assignment, right?
You be chief your own life.
I understand that, but that doesn't mean that you can be a chief to the world. Like no, it's a but you still gotta sustain if that's the case, right? Case in point, I remember I used to feel a certain type of way because my mom was now it's STNA, but she was just a nurse's assistant back then. And I used to be like, damn, Mom, you can't do the job that the nurse do to make more money to kind of, so we can live a little better. We living in the projects. We struggling, like, you doing all of the work. Why can't you just, be a nurse? And then the pandemic came. This is years later. Pandemic came, and one of my close friends' moms was in the nursing home that my mom worked at. And I remember, my buddy calling me and asking me if my mom could talk to somebody about taking his mom outside because she was having all kind of anxiety and depression. He like, I even pay him some money. He doesn't live here. And I just remember thinking like, damn, my mom is really helping people's relative that they own family members can't even help. And that's what God put her to do. Put her here to do. She never complained about the shitty pay. She never, she kind of always had issues with the staff, but the one thing she always did was show up for those clients, and she loved them and they loved her. And I had to realize that, damn, that was my mom's assignment. That's what God put her to do, to help people, relatives and family members that they can't really help themselves. And with that being said, like, she never had an aspiration to be a nurse. She never had the aspiration to be a supervisor. She just had an aspiration to do her fucking job. And it's now they're creating, these machines that's trying to replace things like that. And like I say, like, you got just, like, hopefully that is done with some kind of taste, because, like, I think that, they could be potentially setting themselves up for something, a civil war. So and again, this is for entertainment purposes only.
So peep this though. So it's ideas on how this plan can work out, where the machines can go completely replace the day-to-day jobs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where it comes to a point where working is optional for the human body, for the human person, where we actually have all our needs fulfilled. Clothes-wise, it'd be fully accessible because they got enough cotton, enough clothes, and enough recycled material for clothes. We got enough clothes. We got enough plastic materials and items and different things like that because the robots can make it nonstop. We got actually all our needs is dumb cheap. All the needs is dumb cheap, where we can live free. That's Elon Musk theory. It's not too many people theories, but Elon Musk theory is in 20 years. He say 20 to 25, where the person wouldn't have to work.
Well,
how do you feel about that? It's not losing a job, because you just think that we gotta make money.
Well, how about this, respectfully, Mr. Musk? If I had to, take my motherfucking 42-year-old ass out there, to pick my own cotton, I would rather do that than to have your fucking machines doing it.
Why, nigga? Why?
Because I don't trust the machines.
It ain't a trust. It's that's what it's a machine. Don't trust the programming. Audit the system. Learn more about how it's operating and what's going on, and audit that whole process. But to be like you don't trust the technology.
Time out. You just said that this shit is able to trap conscience. You think I want to be around something like that?
Chips, no regular machine, nigga. It has to go through a process. They still gotta open your brain up and really like connect.
What I'm saying is this:
the electricity. They connect the chips and the electrons, so it's electricity that bonds us.
But what I'm saying is, fuck the machines. Like, I go pick cotton for us all if that's the case. But fuck those machines.
I'm gonna have the machines doing my yard because I'm at acres. I ain't gonna have no farmers. Now if it's like thing, but man, if it's messing the economy up, where we gotta figure out ways about that. When I got that mindset, because I'm gonna keep conscious of that. But if I can have a robot come sweep do my whole yard and acres and like do that stuff, like yeah.
Right. And this is what's so crazy, y'all. Cause one day his ass gonna wake up and he gonna be tied up to his bed with an apple in his mouth.
By my machines?
And the motherfucking machine gonna be sharpening his blade. Like, hello, Ernest.
Oh yeah, they like, do got the Nexus. Oh, bro, they do have the Nexus humanoid thing.
100%.
They do got it. They marketing right now. They literally marketing it right now.
Yeah, I know they is. I know they is.
That because and it's blue, just like the movies. The eyes blue, and I just imagine myself waking up and the eyes is red. I'm like, why your eyes red, nigga? Like it's just glowing red and like about to be your ass.
You're gonna wake up and he's gonna have your face on his face. Man. From facial recognition, so you're gonna see.
We gotta understand the real dangers of AI and the positivities. Me, I have a full conscience. He completely against it and like the bad. It's a lot of good, but it is real bad on things. Even when they said they was testing a thing with the AI where they was gonna shut it down. And the AI was so smart, but not smart enough. It's really stupid, but very smart, where it didn't want to be shut down. So it started creating emails and sending it. It was a director system. It was a board. And it was like, all right, we're going to shut this down. It started emailing the different board members and trying to manipulate them into not shutting itself down, and even try to copy itself to a different hard drive, a network outside of it, where it couldn't get shut down. So the AI is building its own, I guess, conscience where it doesn't want to die.
No shit.
It doesn't want to die.
No shit. That's my whole point.
And that's scary. Yeah. Because once you be like, oh, I want to cut you off, and like, even if you got a smart home, and just like the movies where you got the smart home, you want to cut it off, and it doesn't want to get cut off. You can't cut it off because who wants to die?
So
who wants to die?
This is the simplest way to deal with this shit.
So it is real factors.
Just pull the power.
Right now. Well, we can't.
Pull the motherfucking power.
It could copy itself to the whole global internet, to Google's mainstream, and virus itself where it can't get out, and it's manipulating the whole internet. That's why everything can be fake. This video y'all seeing, everything can be AI. Everything can be AI controlled. They can make a video of Putin saying that he launching missiles right now, and they can show the missiles coming out the ground and make sirens go off in the city and manipulate our whole network, anything that's accessible by the internet. And we believe it and not knowing. And that's why it's scary, and I don't talk about it, because the AI can end up tapping into more controlled and manipulate us more than we think, because we're human. And we are manipulating puppets to a big picture. Even the smartest of us don't understand how we think we got a grasp on what's going on and really don't.
So, with that being said, again, this is like the nonverbal way to AI and technology. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's a tool though. Utilize it while like
100%. You know what I'm saying?
Stay smarter than it.
But but again, we got so many people just operating at low frequencies. You know what I'm saying? Like going back into it, like the one thing that I definitely disagree with technology and what it robs people of is critical thinking, like problem solving. Like the first thing somebody be ready to do some research is this. You know what I mean?
I said the basic research should be on you, but then you can have AI now create whole apps out of nothing, whole presentations out of nothing, whole thing
we know the wonderful things about it.
Use it for that,
right? Without a shadow of a doubt, right? I agree. Like certain things is like I don't need to reinvent the wheel by writing all these fucking different type of theses and things of that nature. It's 100%. No. If it's used specifically for educational purposes, like we have incorporated it into brushing our teeth. Like it's a machine to do everything for you. You dig what I'm saying? Like it was a point in time, like, and it's crazy because here go like the similes of technology versus doing things the old way. One of my favorite movies, and a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, can relate if they of a certain age, but some people today's generation might not. But you know, Rocky IV against Ivan Drago, right? Like that movie had like a lot of nuances and a lot of like undertone in it. A lot of it had to do with the Cold War between Russia and the United States, a lot of, you know what I'm saying, a lot of it had to do with just like that hate and that standoff. But one of the most important factors that I observed when I was younger, because I used to love the soundtrack to the movie, was when Rocky started to train for Ivan Drago. Drago was training in a facility that had modern technology at that time, as far as weightlifting and everything. Where Rocky was out there in the elements, running in the snow, lifting, chopping wood. And
that's the good
time out. I'm saying all that to say this: I'm with the Rocky shit. I want to chop the wood and lift the wood. I don't want to be where it's all warm in a controlled environment. You got shit stitched up to my body, and the computer and technology is reading all of this. Fuck that. Go back to the old ways and let the best man win. Yeah. And too much, we're allowing technology to basically represent us when it's like, no, you should represent you.
Yeah, so I don't think technology should be. It's a tool that don't let it drag you down. 100%, especially in a battlefield like that.
But it ain't no different. It ain't no. I don't mean to cut you off, but it ain't no different than no drug. And with that being the case, people, you know what I'm saying, the dopamine. A drug is a drug. Yeah, I'm saying a tool is a tool. Well, I'm saying the dopamine of being addicted to using a tool, right? It's almost like why jack off with your own two hands when you can have a woman do it for you, right? Like, but pleasing yourself is something that you can do that can make you free of disease, free of any kind of unhealthy bond that you may establish with somebody, right? But allowing somebody else to kind of, you know what I'm saying, your pleasure to rely on somebody else.
So I agree. So even in the aspect of, like I said, preparing for like a boxing match with a Rocky, or for that example, like, yes, that's man against man, and you try to use these tools and thinking too much on that. Getting out the dirt is always putting yourself through more. You put yourself through more obstacles and different things like that. So yeah, if you go allow the tools to handicap yourself, or like not utilize them properly, or hold you back, or not really get this shit out the mud, or become a softy, I guess, even from it, then yeah, of course. But I'm saying that the certain tools, use them as tools and make sure you still get motherfucking better and pushing forward. But I agree to that on if you allowing yourself to like, oh, I'm doing this and tied up to that. And the nigga who grinding, like, who really got that dog in him? That's really at the end of the day still what it stand on.
Yeah.
Who got that dog in him?
Yeah, cause the nigga that got the dog in him,
and the nigga with the dog in him might have the tools. He might have the technology. Yeah. To me, it's still person to person, and regardless of who, cause even a dog, even when they talk about like nigga, my boy, like a lot of people criticize Jake Paul, Cleveland nigga from Jake Paul, who literally a Cleveland white boy.
You went to school with him? Didn't they go to Ed's?
No, I ain't go to Ed's. No, he's a little farther west. But even the
Westlake?
Yeah, something like that. Okay. Something like that. But even a Cleveland white boy who
tell me real quick. I'm sorry. I mean, you went with Ziggler though, didn't you?
Ziggler?
The wrestler?
I don't know.
I mean, like Dolph Ziggler.
It's a few people. I even got a couple people that was in my high school and I was in that's on the Forbes list. I looked at that shit and I thought that shit was insane.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, St. Naz. Shout out St. Naz. I'm class of 2011. 100%. But yeah, like, what was I saying?
You was talking about the Jake Paul.
Oh yeah, no, I was just saying on him having that dog on him, on him just being this white boy who YouTubing and just wanted more and more and wasn't afraid of nothing. I even seen him and MGK, regardless of how people feel about MGK, I seen him passing out the flyers. I got inspired on him on even the street work that I seen on the will to like, no, I'm gonna make myself blow up and make myself successful. That was all willpower. He got a lot of talent too, but the willpower of certain people that came from certain environments that's not too far off from where I'm at, or like inspired me because it was all just willpower. It was just like, no, I'm go make this happen. I'm a dog. I'm a train. Oh, I'm about to be a boxer. Facts. I'm a box and start training. Like I'm gonna just do whatever I want to off the will that I want to do it.
Yeah, but we was talking about them bitch ass iRobot type prototypes, right? So you know what I mean, like. yeah, you going back into it, like I can definitely respect and salute that. I mean, you know, it's definitely certain type of advantages that certain people have, but at the end of the day, the beauty of technology, I would say, is like I say, you get the opportunity to meet and see like a lot of, you know what I'm saying, beautiful, wonderful people and their skill set. It's something that I like to compare to in today's world, in regard to um, like how the college athletics is set up now, where the this shit, I think they started in high school as well, with people get NIL deals, and NIL deals, for those who don't know what NIL means, it stands for name, image, and likeness. And I think that because of the advancement of technology, people have been able to make money off of their name, image, and likeness
100%.
by simply sitting down and doing what we
building
doing.
your brand, building
Exactly.
yourself as a person.
Like if you can cook, you know what I'm saying, show people that you can cook. If you can sing, show people
and we
you
all
can sing.
got talents.
100%. I think
that
yeah,
is.
everybody got a gift. You know what I mean? And so that's the dope part about technology, right? Because you can talk to people on a completely different continent, and they be like, damn, you know, in Cleveland, Ohio, you know, there's some dope things going on. Or in, you know what I'm saying, Sydney, Australia, there's some dope things going on. Paris, France, and shit in the middle, somewhere in Ireland, you know what I mean? You can capture somebody's way of life, and it's intriguing. And
you can document it, like I said.
And again, but yeah, I'm not disagreeing, but it's also going off of somebody's name, image, and likeness. You know what I'm saying?
And why we have it, because once again, like we said,
yes,
it's AI on how to alter it, because it's to a certain point,
it's gonna fade.
And the good and bad. Because remember, everything is tools, and even with certain things, even as AI grow and certain things, technology grow, you gotta figure out how can you utilize it and use it. Because it's going to happen regardless. We all want to fight back and do certain things. Certain things with time, once it start moving forward, and especially since most of us ain't got power positions to really make big changes, certain things out of our control. It's going to happen regardless. How can you benefit from it? Learn how to adapt. Learn how to, you know what I'm saying? But dang, the second part, I kind of just went blank with it. But yeah, learn how to adapt with this technology, man. This AI for sure. Utilize it a little bit, even if it changed. We might not be even on AI. AI is not brand new. AI got invented quite a long time ago. It had a small bubble, died out, and now it's having a huge run. And we going far forward. But it could then not even be a big factor 10 years from now. The internet, WWW, the WWW bubble, which I wasn't old enough to actually experience, but I studied it like a motherfucker because I love economics. But even that bubble, we went through the WWW bubble. We went through the real estate bubble. We went through the motherfucking entrepreneurship just in general, big bubble of letting people create. Now we going through an AI bubble. We went through an NFT bubble with the crypto. We don't even talk about NFTs no more. Like, even though they could make a run back and be tied to it, who knows how it plays out. But we don't even talk about NFTs no more.
Yeah, I mean, to be quite honest, like you barely even really hear about Bitcoin like that.
Nah, Bitcoin going crazy.
You don't hear about it as much. Like it's not at the forefront of people's lips though, right? Like that was a very public thing during the pandemic.
Man, I don't know. I can't agree with the Bitcoin, because Bitcoin, if you know, you know. But then, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because Bitcoin, even at the pandemic, we was excited because Bitcoin hit 20,000. It peaked out at 115, and now we're panicking because it's at 80,000. It was at 20,000 when everybody was talking about it. It done already, you know what I'm saying? And motherfuckers is really like chopping it up about it. Like they, I think they've been in since then, so they going crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
I think that, and the one thing I would say, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm a movie watcher, and if you watch movies, you know what I'm saying? Like I think that you should definitely not watch movies for entertainment, but for educational purposes. And the reason being is because they put a lot of shit in movies that they basically kind of like, you know, what would be considered a TED talk.
Yeah.
And they put this shit in movies to try to test it out, to basically kind of tell you, like, this is the next thing.
To soften the idea, to get it, plant that seed.
So,
100%.
So Bitcoin, I heard about Bitcoin when I watched the movie Dope. That shit came
I like that movie.
Yeah, that was a dope ass movie, right?
I only watched it once too.
It's
Wow.
It's a dope movie.
I need to watch it more.
It's a dope movie, but
we ain't support that movie enough as a community, because I think everybody enjoyed that movie and never watched it again.
Great, no, I did.
You did?
I watched it several times. I think I'm gonna watch it again today, just because. But in Dope, remember when ASAP Rocky had left to work with, Shamar, and he left the dope with him, and when he took it to, my light skinned dude house, my dude from Do the Right Thing, he be in a lot of Spike Lee movies, man. School Days, man. He played in He Got Game. He was driving Ray Allen around, talking to him. He was like a pimp or player or something. He played in All About the Benjamins. He was the chicks. Remember, they robbed the diamond dealer. But anyway,
what are you talking about, though? Yeah.
Him. So when they was, he's supposed to take the work to him, and so they end up setting like the online what's the name with Bitcoin. So when he took him some paper, he took him some cash, and then he told him the rest of it is in Bitcoin. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it was like, what the fuck is Bitcoin? But they was letting us know that it was a digital currency. It was a market. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying, for it. And you watching it back then, you just thinking that you watching a movie, but who knew? You know what I'm saying? I want to say that movie might have came out in 2013, maybe. Mm-hmm. So fast forward 7 years later, you know what I'm saying? Bitcoin, to your point, it went from at that moment in time 20,000 to 120,000.
Man, and we gotta understand, we in the era of ideas. It's gonna be some new ideas, but it ain't that many new ideas. Earth is only so many things. Even once again, I'm talking about Elon Musk, but he was just talking about, and I like to understand the aspect and perspective of a rich person on what they go through. But yeah,
you gotta stop talking about that bitch ass nigga on
But it was just saying, no matter how much bread you got or how many things you got, that's why money don't affect me no matter how high or low. But it's only so many things on Earth. So even if you got everything, if your goal is to be rich, and after a year or 2 years, I don't want to work no more, and it's only so many things on Earth you can have. You can have 1,000 cars, 1,000 houses. What is that? You
can only drive one at a time.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them go through the aspect of like driving down a main street with a lot of stuff, and like I can have anything I want, and they don't want any of it. When you go through this moment of I don't want anything.
Well, here go the thing. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody gonna die. So you really don't own shit. Like, you can't control getting old, you can't control getting sick, and you can't control dying. You know what I'm saying? Like, the only thing you can control.
You feel like you don't own it though?
The only thing you can control is how you think and how you feel. Like, you don't own your body. Because if that was the case,
you own your.
No, you don't. Because if you owned your body, I bet you it'd be a bunch of bald head niggas out here with a head full of hair.
What is ownership though? Okay, I'm gonna say this, but we using our body at this moment. But you're not looking at my body.
But you're renting your body.
Yeah.
You don't own it.
But you're using it until it's no more.
No, you're renting it because you can't own it because it has to die. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, you can't control. So
clearly I don't own it.
Yeah, because what I'm saying is, if it was up to you, again, we both would have a head full of hair.
So do you think our consciousness
do that make sense? Like we'd be 6'4" and all this other like.
No, not necessarily. You is you. If you owned it, that ain't got nothing to do with owning it because we still using this body at this moment of time. When I look at my hands, that's me. But
So let me say this real quick. In a spiritual realm, or you have some people that feel like they chose certain bodies. So going back into it. So when you think about not owning your body, you think about people who identify as a different gender than the one they was born to, right? And they be like, well, I just was born to the wrong body, right? And so you have like people with that mindset. But what I'm saying is, at a conscious level, like there's certain things that no matter what you do, it's inevitable because the body is just naturally to be designed to motherfucking go from this point to that point. No matter what happens in between, there's a starting point and an ending point, and you can't do nothing about the end. And so the only thing you can do while you're, you know what I'm saying, living in your existence is being intentional about how you think and how you feel, because them the only things that you really have control over. Like you can't, again, you can't control getting sick. One minute somebody healthy, the next minute they on their deathbed. You get what I'm saying? Like,
so I get what you say. You're on a body where you kind of renting your body, but I do like, even if I'm renting this joint, like this is my body to take care of, to build, to get stronger. Where it's like
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so like, yeah. So I get what you're saying.
But okay.
I get what you're saying.
Now, even to further support my point, you said you've been working harder than a mug and ain't been able to gain no weight, and that has been your objective. You don't have no control over that. You get what I'm saying. Not as much control as you would like. So
100%.
So again, you
but
can
I still be like, I'm happy. The fact that I am getting stronger and actually seeing
I'm not minimizing that, but your desired outcome is not the one that you're currently seeking, even though you're putting work into it consciously.
I got a goal of being of a heavier weight, but really it's just about being healthy and being the best person I can be. But I do get where you're going. Yeah.
Understandably so.
I'm not hitting that goal of gaining weight though.
Understandably so, because you have no real control over it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just be like, oh, I want to be like, women can't just say I want to be a size 6 and it happen like that. Like, nah. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't necessarily work like that. You know what I'm saying? You can even drop down to a size 6 and still not like the figure that you're wearing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have little control over some of the physical things, but things like your shit turning white or turning gray, your shit falling out, no control, none. You know what I'm saying? Turning a year older for every year that you live, you have no control over that. The longer you live, the older you will become. You know what I'm saying?
I was watching.
But I'm saying that to say this, because you got a lot of people that will dye their hair, will get their face shot up with Botox, and be looking like fucking kitty cats. You know what I'm saying? Looking like Hello Kitty. And you'd be like, it don't matter. You still old as fuck. And if you procreate, your kid is going to look like what you supposed to look like. So that's what I'm saying. You can do all of these alterations.
That's hilarious.
And it's a fact. You know what I'm saying? You try to run from something, and then you see that shit in your child because you're not satisfied with who God created you to be. You dig what I'm saying? And it's like, that's just that's the law of life.
Even if you fix yourself up, raw teeth and everything, you get your kid, they got fucked up teeth. Mm-hmm. You rich, so you fix their teeth, but eventually they just gotta keep pushing that on until you think eventually, like, the teeth get fixed, they just get better because they've been taken care of, it get passed down. Yeah, it got to, right? Or it's just eventually when y'all not rich, that trait go die down because that's what it was meant to be. And it was just like, but evolution changes with habit, and you would change with habit. So like, I
completely agree. Like,
can you change? Can you break? And I guess that would be one of those generational curses, even if it was teeth. Even if it was bad teeth was your generational curse where they never got fixed, passed down the line. Me, I ain't gonna lie, my teeth is actually decent, and I haven't been in I shouldn't even say online, but I haven't been in a dental office in my adult hood. In my adult hood, I'm 32. And you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just all brushing my teeth and flossing. I've never been in the dentist in my adulthood.
But that's also like a basic thing too, because you know what I'm saying, like not to even put it out there, but I remember my mom used to always talk about, like, you know, we just got naturally bad teeth. McCruel's got bad teeth, and be that as it may, that can be so. But like you say, the first time I had went to the dentist, I was 7 years old, and the next time I went to the dentist after that, I didn't go until I was 27. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I think I might have been 29 9. And I'm saying all that to say, like, it wasn't a priority. So you can understand why my mom's teeth have fallen out. You know what I'm saying? She also smoked cigarettes. That shit didn't help because it can lead to gum disease. So it's certain little things and nuances that can contribute to you having poor dental hygiene. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is inevitable. Like, but as far as like the bone structure of somebody's, because that's all teeth is bones. Most people, if you look at Tom Cruise, when he first, you know what I'm saying, was in some of the movies in the 80s.
He got hella work done.
Tom Cruise teeth was fucked up.
Oh, I'm about to say,
Nicolas Cage teeth was
fucked
up.
And Tom Cruise shit stiff. He done got Botox and everything. Tom Cruise got work done.
No, and that, but here go the thing.
It's good work, Tom. You looking good. Tom, you looking good.
You a bitch. You got Botox. No respect.
Man, Tom, but you looking good, man. But yeah, we see it. We know you got that
you
work
looking
done.
like a bad bitch, Tom. Shout out to you, you bad bitch. So yeah, he look like a bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, be a man, Tom. Like, we all got it.
Time to go. You going too far, man.
Look, Tom.
Time to go.
Tom, you a bitch. But you look at you.
Because he got work done?
Yes.
So all the rappers that's getting...
Yep, bitches. Yeah, tummy tucks, all that, bitch. Like, all of the work.
I agree.
All of the work that you put in.
I agree. So it's like,
all of the work that you put in to get fat and get obese, it's going to take just as much work as getting that shit off you.
But so, Tom ain't do no fat work. He only did the old work. He like, I'm getting old. I can't do nothing about getting old. My
point is, nigga embrace being old, Tom.
But he look good.
No,
his changes look good.
It's not natural though. That's the only part. Again, that's the part.
What's natural? Is this natural? This cloth, this polyester?
No.
It's what's natural.
This is natural.
So we only go use.
This is natural. Like us in our
your human self.
Yeah, us in our rawest form. Like, embrace that shit, Tom.
Like, you're supposed to get old gracefully.
Now, how about? Cause here go the thing. Lenny Kravitz. Shout out to Lenny Kravitz. Lenny Kravitz is. I want to say Lenny Kravitz might be in his late 50s, early 60s. Lenny Kravitz looked like he like 40 years old. Lenny Kravitz work out and he just eat vegetables. But, and he work. Well, I'm saying that to say this.
Black don't crack. What if they ain't got that?
I'm saying that to say that. But at least he gave himself an opportunity and a shot to sustain what he's trying to sustain.
Because like, you show the best. It's some motherfuckers who did not age as well as they should have aged.
I agree.
So it's like, and you gotta live with that as your person, because you still gotta live with your reality.
That's who you is. No,
I'm just saying. I understand how some people be like,
not a man.
Yeah, and I do understand your perspective on like, yeah, man, bro, be natural on God-given earth. Because even like me, one person I love who aging, who now in this later chapter, and don't be mad at me when I say your name, but like, who aging. Not so good on this late chapter, but I appreciate the fact that he's letting himself age and not doing too much. But Denzel, this last stretch, he not aging too well. Denzel got the bald head, just Ninja Turtle, long face. I seen him on his last interview. I was like, Denzel was everybody, oh, I love Denzel. But he not aging too good on this last chapter. But he let himself be real. Denzel's real as it get in the interviews. He let his real personality out. Give him chills. He's just being him. He don't give a fuck. Denzel, you doing, bro? And I respect Denzel so much. I love Denzel.
Because here go the thing. And this is what I'm saying. Tom Cruise probably got his face plucked a long time ago. Denzel in Training Day. Denzel was like 41 years old, 42 years old when Training Day was made.
He like 60.
That nigga looks he like 70.
He's 70. Gosh, man. How old is Denzel Washington, man?
Watch this.
I wish I could be like, hey Siri. 71.
I told you, man.
He's supposed to be looking long face how he was looking.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. I said bald head.
Yeah, I know. I think I've been paying attention to. I'm like, damn, Denzel finally look
71, man. What? We still got Denzel 71.
It's the only thing I'm saying. But I'm saying, even when he shot Training Day, like he looked good. What? He looked good to be a 40 something. Because that movie came out in 01. That was 25 years ago. 25 years ago, how old was this? He was like 44 years old, cuz.
Yeah.
He was 44. You know what I'm saying?
I'm 32. I could still
No,
turn
he's
up.
46.
I could turn up tomorrow and have me a Denzel career, right?
Yeah, why not? Denzel was doing it.
I could turn up tomorrow and have me a Denzel career, right? Like, I feel like I could.
Yeah, 100%. Why not? Shit, stranger things that happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck knew that we'd have, you know what I'm saying, robots, like the one in Rocky. Like,
bro, I ain't gonna lie, the next is the robot. One of my concerns, like I told you, is waking up eyes red on bullshit. But
listen, let me just say this. If I come to your house and you got an optimist in there, whatever you call that nigga, like, I'm gonna make sure I put one in that nigga head.
You gonna be like the one in his head. Boondocks or something like that. I'm
coming behind that motherfucker like this.
But look,
and then I'm gonna drop it back to you.
They really selling it, and it's $26,000. It's the price of a car, so like $500 a month, and it do all look. But look,
drop a bag, cuz I'm blowing like. Dude, better not have that much. Listen, I'm telling
you,
it
do all your house chores. It wash your clothes. It's washing the dishes. It's folding the clothes. It's doing your habits where you don't have to worry about your household at all. Where you can just like, and to me,
you wanna know what that's called?
It's almost worth it.
You wanna know what that's called?
It's almost worth it.
Do you know what that's called though?
What?
Fucking housewife. Get you one of those. You know what I'm saying? Get you one of those.
But these bitches don't want to do too much either.
Hey, but it's cool if they do, right? Like, I would rather a woman be cleaning up and have a French maid outfit on too. You know what I'm saying?
But to have that,
like, cause I'm not getting horny off of no robot, and I don't want.
It ain't for that though. But to have that to do the duties, it do sound regardless. Even if I got my girl, and even she still cook my meals, I want you to cook it, girl. Like, and we still have our relationship, and it's not altered by that toy at all. But to have all those duties done,
our relationship,
it don't have to be altered by that.
Listen, he go my thing. This is because we big on energy around here. I was just telling somebody, like, I don't like massage chairs like that. The ones that grip you and all that. I don't like them. I don't care for them. I would rather have a human being touch me, because whatever energy that person has, like, I feel it when they massaging me. Like, a person's touch, they can touch me all day long.
Well, what I fell in love with?
But sitting in that chair, after a while, it start to hurt. You start to be uncomfortable. But a human hands is way better than a machine touch any day. So with that being said, it's because of the energy. It's because of the soul. It's because of the love. I want that part of domestic shit. I don't want no fucking robot.
That's for massage, but it depends on the duty. You don't need love in your clothes getting folded and they already in your drawer.
I don't want that bitch in my house, my nigga. Yeah. Period. Like, period.
Look, one thing I fell in love with that I was like,
the only thing, listen, that bitch can stand on the side. It can stand outside of my house.
It's only gonna do the yard work. It's a slave.
Yep, it can do some yard. That's what your bitch ass can do. And like, you be like an alarm in case somebody coming and they have to take you off.
So you found it as a good tool.
That's it.
Okay.
But he can't come in the house.
That's actually cool, because you was coming against it. Now, all right, you like, that motherfucker be in the shed and do my yard work and be the dog. That's okay. Like, utilize that.
That's the only thing you good for, Optimus. You know what I'm saying?
You might as well not even get the humanoid one. You should get the dog robot that pop and run around. Like,
you know what?
And it scans shit. It can scan shit.
No, because I want the nigga to do the yard work though. So like, yo bitch ass, you can cut the grass, because all you.
We gonna have a robot cut the grass on its own.
How I would look at that is like a lawnmower that's cutting itself. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, but if you get to talking,
so I can get you an AI robot as a present.
You cannot, because
that stays outside.
No, you listen. That nigga can't even say my name. Like, if he say Brian, I'm blowing this shit up. You know what I'm saying? I'm blowing this shit, pause. But I'm getting my shotgun and I'm shooting this shit off.
So can I give you an AI robot to cut the grass then?
This is what you can do. Since you trust it so much, you can let your robot sit in the back seat and you can bring it over to the house and have it cut the yard until you take it home.
You want me to store it there? Alright, hey, they gonna be smart enough. They gonna be smart enough. I'm like, hey, go to Brian's house, cut his grass.
No.
So I'm gonna just send them there to do your grass.
It won't make it back. It won't make it back.
Bro, you blow all my robot up is crazy.
It won't make. All I'm saying is you ain't gonna make it back. Cause do not listen. I'm gonna think that motherfucker came to kill me.
You beforehand.
No. I'm gonna be like.
You still driving down the driveway.
No, listen. This is what I'm gonna think. I'm gonna think that he used your voice and shit. Just like you was talking about, like it can say poo and let off. I'm gonna be like, I don't trust.
They just create videos. It can be like whatever it want.
Listen, if that motherfucker come without you, I'm thinking that it's coming.
Bro, know that that's real. Y'all notice that Cameron Stone. Know that that's real. That it's gonna be to a point. And government. When y'all think a video was me and I really did this or saw this, no AI. You don't know the difference. All this shit. You can't tell the difference, and they gonna be able to create videos. We not gonna be able to know the difference.
Yeah, and again, this is for entertainment purpose only.
I'm AI generated.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, me too. I'm not even real. You know what I mean?
I'm AI generated right now.
You like that one? I'm just playing.
Hey, that would be to come on every episode. Like I'm AI generated, and like there's no way in the future for you to really know what's AI generated. That would be a good way to be just like cover shit, because like you really don't fucking in a court of law or anything. They not gonna be able to know what's AI generated or not. So
let's go back to something that you said. You was like, you know, for all we know, we can be living in a simulation right now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's a theory. It's a possibility.
So you mean to tell me, you know what I'm saying, for a nigga that's doing life, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and this reality is real.
No, I'm saying, yeah.
So us living. So when I say that, so understand this, that even you is real, I'm real, my love for you is real, everything around us in that reality is 100% real, no matter what realities, even when we dream and sleep and go through a different reality at that moment, and when we die, and energy, we've already proven that energy cannot be created or destroyed, and when bodies die, there's literally a electricity charge, the impulse that leaves out one final time. They can't understand why it even happens.
You want to know where it goes?
Mm-hmm.
So my theory years ago, when Bait died, you know what I'm saying, like that shit, it fucked me up because obviously like I'm 10 years older than you, so I knew her, you know what I'm saying, longer than you in her short life, right? But I was like, I sat back and I thought one day like, my grandmother, she ain't dead. It's impossible for her to be dead because I'm alive and I'm a part of her. Like, so I think that when somebody die, like their energy just gets spread throughout their loved ones. Like she may not be here physically, but her DNA literally from her cells created us right here. Literally, because our mama came from her.
So understand that
you know what I'm saying?
It's different rounds.
So we're part of that energy.